Redditors, what do you regret not doing in high school? Changing friend groups earlier. Randomly last semester of senior year I just started spending time with new people and it significantly improved my life. I wish I just took the plunge earlier. Some jerks nominated me for homecoming queen as a joke. You could clearly hear them snickering as they said my name, and I declined. I wish I could go back and accept it. I could be the homecoming queen for the nerds and everyone who ever got nominated as a joke. I never had a teenage rebellion phase. I find myself kinda wishing that I had taken risks and tried to have fun while I still had the protection and forgiveness that comes from being a kid. Now, I have much fewer experiences than my peers. I regret spending so much time worrying about what people thought of me. This caused me to be very cautious and risk averse. Turns out, none of it mattered. I could have dated, learned, experienced so much more. High schoolers, ask out that person, join that club, take that class, do that activity that you've been daydreaming about. My life is great, no complaints, but I waited too long to get to this point. You do you is not only reserved for post-high school. I regret my fare. There was a girl I had been friends with for so many years. We spent basically all day every day talking and flirting and hanging out. When the time came for prom, I got scared that she didn't like me, and I never asked her out. The week after, she literally came up to me and was like, "Why didn't you ask me out, idiot?" I would have said yes. RIP. I wish I had stood up more for the kids who were being bullied for no reason. Asking out a girl I was probably in love with because I was too shy. We both had the same interests, had been friends since elementary school, and we could talk for hours about everything and nothing. The worst part was I found out my senior year that she also had a crush on me through her entire sophomore year, but by then she had a long-term boyfriend. In hindsight, she was dropping a ton of pretty obvious signs. I have a girl now, and she has a different boyfriend, so everything turned out fine in the end, but there is still that what if. Getting a picture of the deer that considered murdering me. I was in a morning detention, before school starts, in the basement. When it was over, I went down the hall and through the breezeway where the bathrooms were. When I left the bathroom, a full-grown buck came charging at me but changed direction last second, ran down the hall and started ramming lockers. My dean was down there and told me to run to the office to get help. No one believed I was the first to see it. It got in by smashing its way through the glass doors in the breezeway. Paying attention, especially in science classes. Chemistry was and is a foreign language to me. I am also shocked that I made it through algebra considering I struggled with math in middle school. Pay attention in class, kids. Don't let your mind wander to imagining what you would do if there was a school shooter or how to seduce your hot AF teacher. Thanking the best teachers I had more. Some of their efforts were beyond what is expected, and it is people like them who are our chance for the future. I remember distinctly my sophomore English teacher telling me that I was earnestly good enough to be a writer, and now I'm pursuing that dream. A decision that has brought me so much joy. If I could go back and thank her for all she did for me, I would 100 times over. Running cross country. I was my school's baseball manager, and when I was a kid, I liked to run. It would have been nice to be on a team. I basically hung out with all the cross country kids anyway, so not much would have changed. Going to class. Going to public school. I was homeschooled from birth through high school. College was the first actual school I went to. I wound up with extreme anxiety and could not handle it. I never had a classroom full of people or a teacher. I never had legit homework with deadlines. I was so unprepared. I basically had to relearn how to learn. It effed me up for a bit. I still have major social anxiety and am still learning things at age 30 that I never learned being so sheltered. Also, I have nothing against homeschooling, especially at younger ages. I just think my parents could have done things better. I was so insecure and shy in high school. I wish I'd been more outgoing. There were so many things I didn't do because it was just that hard to talk to people. I didn't date. I didn't go to prom. I didn't try out for the school play. I especially wish I'd dated in high school so I could have started to understand how to be in a relationship earlier in life. Telling her how much I was in love with her before I lost her to my cousin. I was too cool for school and never went to my prom, never went to any sporting events or pep rallies, never joined any clubs. Don't be like that, kids. Socialization is important. Being part of society is important. Even if you don't like the events, you might like the people. Don't assume that the jocks are buttholes, or the cheerleaders are B, or the rich kids are snobs. Sports. I remember people telling me just go join. You probably won't play in college and it's not the same playing as an adult. High school is the best time to do it. It's really your only opportunity. I really regret not playing team sports. I wish I hadn't skipped classes. I wish I had joined clubs. I wish that I had tried harder to get good grades. I wish I had not focused on being loved like it was my oxygen. I wish I didn't care so much what people thought of me. I wish I had applied myself and got a full ride to college or at least scholarships. I wish I had followed my dream of art school. I wish that I wasn't so emotional about everything. I wish my parents weren't abusive narcissistic alcoholics. But none of that happened. Now I work at a job I don't like and I make $14.75 an hour. I have a husband and a beautiful baby. It all worked out, but I will forever have regrets about high school. I spent all my teen years upset and trying to find a way out of my home instead of following my dreams. Now I can focus on creating a happy, loving home for my daughter, so maybe one day she will have the chance to follow her dreams. Parties. I got invited to them a lot, but I never got around to actually going. Now I'm in college and still getting invited, but I'm too scared since I don't know anybody here. Go to would be more dating, but I was in a small program that made it terrible to be rejected. Plus it didn't help that I was significantly overweight, so probably lose weight earlier honestly. I regret taking up biology when I could be taking up computer science. I am currently in high school but realize I don't want to work in the medical field, which was the reason I took a second biology class in the first place. Jerking it more. I mean, I did it like 3 or 4 times a day, but I could have skipped lunch. I regret not dating that one friend I had a crush on, but it's okay cause we reconnected sophomore year of college and are now engaged to be married. I regret giving a frick what anyone of my classmates thought. I wasted so much energy on anxiety because of those suckers and I haven't talked to a single one in 11.5 years. Hanging out with the nerds, like myself. I regret not taking courses that I was interested in such as music, art, and social sciences. I signed up for courses like physics, chemistry and advanced mathematics in favor of my parents' wishes. I struggled in many of my classes and had very bad grades. That led to low self-esteem, self-doubt and depression. My grades were so low that I wasn't qualified to apply for many programs in college. But everything turned out okay for me in the end. I end up studying design and fine arts later in college and university. I've been working as a creative for the last 15 years and I'm happy now. I wish I had pursued my passion earlier though. I also regret wasting my time on bad friendships. Regret is a bit strong, but computer science would have been more useful than chemistry. There was a girl in my year who was nuts about me, but I didn't figure it out until a few years after graduation. I am not a smart man. In hindsight, I regret not asking her out. Dating around. 1. Weed. 2. My hot geometry teacher. He was only 6 years older than me and god dang it. Going to the school dances. Instead I threw up a bottle of wine on my back porch on prom night. It honestly sounds like you had more fun. Freaking high school girls. Dating, like at all. Sophomore in college and still haven't gone up to bat, let alone rounded any of the bases. But I do make bank and classes are a breeze due to spending all of my time computering. So I got that going for me, which is nice. I regret not seeking help for my depression earlier. Instead I dealt with it through self-harm and my arms are covered with scars that I struggle to hide. Even though I'm a junior RN, I regret not trying to get a girlfriend. I always have crushes but suppress my feelings because they are out of my league or we are poles apart, which for the most part is true. I'm the typical metalhead introvert. I like sitting in back doing my work with my headphones on, not talking. There isn't anybody at my school who would date me, and I absolutely hate my school anyway. I got really close to switching schools, but I have a lot of friends, so I didn't. I wouldn't say I'm popular by any stretch because I talk to a lot of people, but I'd much rather just keep to myself. I want to date someone, but I've really given up on it. I should try more, but I just don't have the will or drive to do so. I'm in high school at the moment, and I regret, to this day, not taking Spanish. All of my friends speak Spanish and all come from Spanish speaking families, except me. My dumb, white butt thought French sounded cooler back when I was 14, and now as a 17-year-old, I'm realizing how useless 4 years of French really is in the real world. I focused on school too much in my opinion. I should have gone to more school events. I did like them. Spending a little more time and effort on achieving the grades necessary to gain an entrance scholarship to a university of my choice. I did go to university later in life, but my first degree cost me a big student loan. Hanging out, drinking, being friendly, but also working. I've had a crappy college made of no social interaction, and it didn't even result in a diploma. Don't be that low-life crap I am. Go out and party and get drunk and high, and then when you have time work. Do both. It's possible, and it's surely more worth it than the alternative. This is the goodest flyboy. He will bring you 10 years of happiness in exchange for a like on this video. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Or don't. Either way, have a great day, you magnificent people.